This is my 1984 Toyota Celica RA65. It's got a lovely natural patina, and by that I mean it's full of rust and the paint is absolutely fucked. The driver's seatbelt somehow ends up wet after it rains, and you can feel drops of water on your feet while you're driving, which would be a nice feature while it's not raining, since the air conditioning probably hasn't worked since the 90s. The engine is a 22 RE out of a slightly later model Corona that's pushing about 6 horsepower, with the red line of an old pushrod V8. The 14-inch Impel Hoshino wheels are worth about twice as much as the car itself, which hasn't been washed in months because all it does is feed the rust. The front suspension uses coilovers out of a Subaru WRX welded to the standard spindles, 25mm extended lower arms and shortened knuckles with Tarago tie rod ends to make it all fit. The rear suspension is comprised of standard EL Falcon springs cut in half, VP Commodore wagon short stroke shock absorbers, and a second sway bar that rubs on the axles when I traverse gutters. The tyres tend to make a funny sound when you make small radius turns, and I don't know anything about that. Let's check out these guards. Before I'd seen behind them, I saw this, I felt this, and I thought, yeah, cool, they've been wire edged. Turns out, yeah, there's a wire in there, but it's all fucking bog. Just broke this off of here. That's ridiculous. And usually these have side indicators. This one doesn't. I thought, yeah, cool, someone's welded up the hole when they've done the bodywork. No, that's fucking bog as well. Sick. And also we've got some fully hectic bog rust repairs in the guards. Love me some dodgy bodywork. Fuck yeah. I kinda wanna find whoever did all the bodywork for this car and just take a massive shit in their cornflakes, because this is fucking ridiculous. We've got bog repairs here. Yeah, bog to repair where the seal goes for the boot. Beautiful. I'm not sure if this is bog or some sort of sealer or something, but it's been used to cover up the rust in the back as well. Oh, this was part of my exhaust on the way here. You can see all the rust in the boot too. Hell yeah. Beautiful. You can see someone's installed an electronic boot latch using a number plate. Nice bogged up keyhole. Awesome. This was all bog. I actually covered it in vinyl wrap. so that I wouldn't get picked on by the cops on the way here. But yeah, this was all bog. It's still like a fucking massive layer of bog all around here. And all up in here is all bog. Bog, bog, bog. Motherfuckers. I've just pulled like 5 layers of carpet and shit off the floor of this car. And it's fucking rotted underneath. Completely rotted. Where the fuck has this car been? You can see light through there. You can just push the metal through. I don't think there's any metal left, it's all just passenger footwell's just all rust. Shit's fucked. I'm gonna have to do some serious cutting to this car. Jesus. It doesn't look like it goes back too far. The rear footwells are probably a little bit rusty as well. One step at a time. I'm actually considering pulling the oh, look at that. More fucking, what's that, silicon? Yep. Silicon between the car and the chassis rail. Sick. I'm thinking about just what do you call it? Unpicking the rails and just making new ones. Pieces that I can anyway. Look at that. Fucking people that cover up rust. Jesus Christ. I've done a bit more poking around because I wasn't quite satisfied with the amount of rust that I'd found so far yet. And it looks like most of this rear guard is rusted out. From about here downwards, like a whole strip like that is just all rust. And that doesn't really concern me too much, and I'll tell you about that soon. I already knew that I had to do the sills, and you can actually buy replacement sills for these for about $100 a side, I think. So that's not too bad. I'm not too worried about rust on the actual sills. In the back isn't too bad. There's a bit of rust that I'll have to cut out and replace. I pulled the bits of bog off the guard as well. That one was covering where the side indicator is supposed to go. I actually don't want one of those, so I'll probably weld that up. Make a patch and weld that up. There's also a hole here that's been bogged up. I have a feeling that was for side mirrors, for guard mirrors. I'm actually considering putting guard mirrors on it, so I'm not sure what I'll do with that hole yet. This car has had a pretty serious ding. You can see the welds here, and that goes all the way down to, well, where does it go? About here. You can see tack welds that go all the way along to the front, so I'm pretty sure this whole section from here forward has been replaced. And it's similar on the other side. You can see some welds here. It's covered up well in this area. right here. We've got a bead of weld comes down here, bit shit there, comes down to here, and then this part looks like it's a different colour, so I'm pretty sure this forward, from here forward, has been replaced on this side as well. The rad support, maybe not, because it's pretty dinged up. It doesn't look great, so I'm not sure if that's been replaced, maybe just bashed back out. There's a little bit of, I'm not sure if you can see that. Oh yeah, you can. You can't really tell on the camera, but it looks like there's a little kink there in the rail and a good ding. Not sure what I'll do with that, maybe cut it out and replace it. It looks like this driver side guard might actually be worse than the other one for rust and bog. It's not looking great. Some pretty decent holes in it already, and I haven't even touched it. Oh yeah, nice. I think that's actually separated metal. Christ. Wow, that's thick. Check out how thick that fucking bog is. Damn. So these rear guards have actually been flared badly. I'm not sure how they did it, but there is just, inside here is, hold up, I'll get a light. It's all bog. It's just absolutely chockers with bog inside the guard. Full on auto salon special, this one. So I bought the RA28 already knowing that it was going to be a rust repair job. I knew the rear guards were going to need to be replaced because I'd seen the rust already, but I wasn't quite expecting the amount of rust that I found in the rest of the car. The state of the floor pan was a bit disappointing, but I already had a feeling that it wasn't going to be too great because just because of the amount of carpet and underlay and shit that was on there when I bought it. I'd actually pulled the carpet up a little bit before I drove it home, and I saw a couple of small rust holes. The reason I'm not overly concerned with the state of all four guards is it gives me a chance to really make the car more me, to sort of carry out the vision I have for it without having to worry about destroying good guards, a good car, that sort of thing. The rear diff and wheels that I have for it probably wouldn't fit under it how it is anyway. And if I'm increasing the rear track width, it only makes sense to increase the front as well. So I'm probably going to be doing some decent flares, not fucking bogged up shit. Going to do some decent flares for the front and rear to fit the decent sized wheels that I've got. I suppose another positive of this project is it gives me a great opportunity to learn some new skills, some metalworking skills, which I've been wanting to do for a while, and practice and hone the skills I already have, like MIG and TIG welding. I'm probably going to be using my TIG for this, for all the metalwork in this, just because that's what I've got. yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing the bodywork and stuff on this car. Should be fun.